Hi, welcome back to the Chasing Tone podcast. I'm Travis.
I'm Max.
And Brian.
I'm Frank.
Yes, sir. Frank Falbo back again, guest extraordinaire, and we're gonna take advantage of you, man. We got you. We're gonna answer a lot of pickup related stuff. Yeah. Well, what did you say earlier? Whenever somebody said I got nothing, you said.
Oh
you
yeah.
You said
Silence is an excellent way of communicating. Now.
Yeah.
It saves a lot of time.
Okay, let's jump right in. Oh, by the way, Brian just bought us incredible lunch. At least I assume you bought us lunch. It was you, right? Thank you.
I don't know.
Wherever it came from was delicious.
Yeah, wherever it came
Yes, it
from,
was.
whoever it came from. Thank you. It was
I don't know
delicious.
if Kathy, the manager.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks
she
to
was like,
everyone.
It's all coming out of your checks. It's okay.
Yeah, right.
Somebody put sweat and blood into that work, and it was delicious.
Yeah, exactly. So sweat and blood.
I got nothing.
That's disgusting.
Silence is golden.
Silence is gold. Well, you couldn't raise a dime. Oh, come on. But all right. This one says, your laugh was so funny.
It's a Mose Allison song.
Oh, I didn't make that up.
No, just come on.
Oh, did I say come on again? I need over. I got a new one, but I'm not allowed to say it on here. Like if you ever say WTF, you know, you're like, what the over?
Mm-hmm.
You know, 10-4.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my new one. I can't say that.
Yeah, that's probably not a good hashtag for the
And
kids.
Yether?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like, hey, hey, did you get that? Yether? Hashtag Yether. YETHER. That'll work, right?
It around here does.
Hey,
Yeah.
will that work? Yether. See? All right. Anyway.
Podcast.
This is from Brian Cullen. First of all, I'd like to say that the podcast is great, learning loads, and you guys are damn funny. The funny part's Max. Learning part is Brian and Frank. I have a question. I have been playing guitar for a good few years. I have only jammed with other guitarists a few times. I was recently asked to jam with my sister's new boyfriend. I don't know him very well, but he always plays in bands. Any tips on how to approach this? I don't want to appear to be a total fool.
Well, first of all, is he hot?
Do you just ask if another dude was hot?
I don't.
I mean, you know, if he's a handsome dude, you got to impress.
Okay.
Sure.
This took an unexpected turn.
Yeah.
It really did.
But if you were going to play guitar with him, how would you ask him?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm teasing. So
No, I know. You go, Max. Well, here we go. When I first asked you to join my band, and you still never have done that, were you like? I mean, not to appear a fool, but what did you do about tune learning? I can tell you what I do whenever I do that.
Yeah, I basically just stole all your songs off of YouTube, and I just basically just sit down and learn all the parts that you weren't doing, I guess.
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say. Just prepare the material.
Fill in the gaps.
Try to get the material beforehand and prepare it.
What can you do different or better?
Right.
Brian Wahlberg. Hashtag B-Dub. Right?
Truth.
Yeah, it's always good when you can walk in, you're kind of at least able to do something. Because even if you end up repeating the same part that the other guy's doing, it's like at least you're like, oh, you did your homework. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
bring
also,
a tuner.
Bring a tuner.
Bring a tuner.
You know what? That's great. It really is. I can't laugh at that because it's actually really, really good.
I've played with so many people who didn't have a
Yes.
tuner on the board. I'm like, why isn't that the first thing you buy?
Yeah.
I'm going to go play with this band. I want to be in the same tune as the other people in the band.
Oh man, yeah. Like I said, I wanted to have something like, well, yeah, and I was like, no, that's something that people really do need to know.
Tune.
Yeah,
Take use of your tuner.
Yeah, but learn the tunes. And I was talking to a guy named Tyler Shirilli.
Yeah.
Right now he plays with Florida Georgia Line.
Yep.
And I was asking him about the gig and everything, and he said, the reason I think I got the gig was because not only did I learn the parts I was supposed to be playing, I learned every guitar part on the record, and I even learned harmonies because I didn't know if I'd need to do that. Mm-hmm. He said, but I learned 2 harmonies, and I learned every guitar part on the record. Mm-hmm. He said, so I could show up, and then if I played the wrong part, the other guitar player was like, well, I got that part. Can you do the other part?
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Maybe he was like, I got it, and I can sing the harmonies while you're at it.
Right.
So that just... and
Plus he has great gear, too.
Oh,
He's got a ton of great pedals.
He's got a Cornish collection.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. But another thing too, and this sounds so I guess counterproductive to what we've been saying. Have fun, enjoy it. Don't put too much pressure on yourself.
But don't suck.
Yeah, but
Right.
But remember, this is
and that's the thing.
yeah, everything rides on this.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
No
Yeah.
pressure.
Well, and the question is, how do I avoid looking like a fool? Just sell it. That's
Yeah,
Still haven't figured that one out yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wear spandex.
Right. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, fake
That's
it till you
another
make it. Story
If you
of
don't
my
have
life.
a good mullet wig, go buy one.
Go buy one.
Yeah.
2 words, man girdle.
What? Man girl?
Girdle.
Oh,
Man
girdle.
girdle.
I thought you said man girl.
I didn't know we were going that one.
I was like, I don't
Yeah.
understand that. Do they make
That's a-
Spanx for men?
Probably.
Do you know what Spanx are?
I have no idea what that is.
Spanx are these things, and I could be way off here, but I believe Spanx are.
Lying. They are lying.
It's like a control top coat of skin.
It's like like
Right.
basically something that comes with on your pants, maybe, or something you put underneath your pants and over. It's like a girdle,
It
but
sucks in all the fat, I guess.
well, you
But
don't
where
have
does
to
it
say
suck
fat.
it into,
It's
though?
basically a compressor.
It squishes
It's
everything.
basically
compressor.
what a compressor is to a guitarist rig.
Yeah,
It's lying. That's what it is.
It's
lying.
lying.
Yeah. This guy's dynamics are very even and well played.
See, that's the thing
No,
about-
they're not.
yeah, no, they're not.
Let me just shut that off for a second. Oh, boy.
You say it's lying. That's one
Yeah.
thing that drives me nuts. Is somebody who's on the face page. And this is how I'm going to gain a lot of female fans. Let me tell you. But this lady like showed this video of like photoshopping and what it does to women and our standards of beauty. And I said, while I agree they take it way too far, you wear makeup. I wake up ugly. I stay ugly all day.
Right.
If you wake up and feel ugly, you can change your total appearance. What's the difference? You're photoshopping yourself.
Mm.
Come on.
And how does this relate to going back to
Compressors.
to you crying in front of a mirror?
Yeah,
Just
with lipstick.
smashing lipstick on your face, just weeping.
I want to be a pretty woman. But no, I don't know. That got way off
I
topic.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Thinking-
started that with the girdle.
But thinking about it, Spanx are kind of genius because like I shouldn't eat this cheeseburger, but I can because now I'm wearing Spanx.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I instantly feel better about myself.
Yeah. But eventually, like, you're gonna blow like Spider-Man wrist out. Like something's coming out. You know what I mean?
It'll probably be a valve in my heart before,
Yeah.
before it comes out of my wrist.
What a visual.
Yeah. Just custard shooting straight out.
That'd be, I'd be like,
Did you? Yeah, he's like, custard.
anyways,
Oh my god.
let's go to the questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's
Don't
how.
wear mascara to the
Yeah,
the
do not wear
first band
mascara
practice.
unless
That's another tip.
it's a metal band.
So that
It's-
answers
it's
Brian's
waterproof.
question.
Yes, thank you, Brian Collins.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So, okay, Fernando doesn't give a last name, but longtime listener and viewer. Thanks, Fernando.
Yay.
Discovered us through Texas Blues Alley. Thank you, Anthony.
It's like so
Anyways, he was afraid we were going to be pompous, and we're totally not. He says, so that's great.
Right.
Brian, he asked a lot of things, but these kind of stuck out.
Right.
So, Brian, I'm looking for an amp with a great clean tone, and I've narrowed it down to the Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, Fender Blues Deluxe, or Twin Reverb. Which should I choose? The Twin has the best clean sound, but it's too loud, has no effects loop, and it's expensive. I thought about removing some tubes to reduce the power, but I'm not sure if that will screw up the headroom/tone. The other two are good amps, but I would need to do some mods on them to get them to sound great. They are cheaper and have an effects loop, but I'm not sure if it's worth spending the money on to mod one of those amps. I won't be using the dirty channel on those amps. I'm using the Doppler pedals.
yeah, definitely.
Thank goodness.
Yes. That's first of all good going. Don't use that dirty channel.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like the Hot Rod Deluxe
Me
clean
too.
channel. I mean, I got a
Completely.
Twin and a Deluxe, and
Yeah.
I prefer the Hot Rod Deluxe.
I think the Blues Deluxe is different than the
Blues
Deluxe.
Deluxe, yeah, it's a little darker, I think.
But
And I like it too, but
did you say it's bluesier?
I mean, I like them both. That's like saying, well, you know, which is better, the AC30 or the Marshall? You know, they're kind of two different sounds.
Yeah, completely.
I don't care for. I mean, I know Twin is very identifiable.
You know the thing that
Those
I hate
Deluxe,
most
but-
about the Twin? It's really the only thing I absolutely hate about the Twin, and that's the weight. The weight.
The way
Right.
But the
I love that
weight.
song.
Yeah, the weight. But no, the weight of the twin. That's why I would never play one. And I know that's maybe when I was younger. I guess kids these days. But I would go with the Hot Rod Deluxe in that situation. And I think the only mod that, I mean, man, yours has stock speaker in it. It sounds great.
It still sounds. It's great
it's
pedal platform.
It's a great,
Like a blue one or?
Huh?
Is it one of those blue ones or no?
The Tolex,
No.
you mean, or the speaker?
The speaker.
I don't know. I don't know what's in
I
it.
forget.
I think the speaker's just like a Fender custom design.
Yeah, it's
That's
probably
what's
like
in
an
mine,
Eminence
yeah.
custom design type thing or something.
Okay.
But it's it's stock. you know.
Ceramic magnet.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
almost positive.
Yeah, it's not Alec or anything.
But anyway, I mean, if you really just I
I didn't do any mods at all to that one. That's why it still works.
But a lot of people really like to do the mod thing.
Travis dropped yours.
Huh?
What?
What? There has been a mod done to that amp. It wasn't very
A
helpful.
mechanical,
Relicking.
physical one.
It was a fall off a table at Sweetwater mod.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's how you know that those amps will last
Hey,
because
I'm not okay. Well, if I'm going to be completely truthful here,
It was both of us.
no, I mean it was we were moving the pedal display and we
Right.
didn't know that it was
'cause
leaning on the.
yeah,
Because water was literally pouring
it was
in.
gushing. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was either that or get shocked.
Yeah,
so,
right. So we moved the pedal platform, and when we did, this amp came tumbling down. What do you think? 2.5, 3 feet?
Oh, yeah, 3 feet at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
right on the corner.
And still works.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
No
Boom.
rattle, no cabinet
no,
noise.
not a
love
problem.
it.
Oh yeah.
I will say B-Dub was super cool about it. He's like, we were afraid to tell him, so we waited till like the next day, right?
Wait. So somebody forgot to pack something. It doesn't matter who or what, but there
It
was
was
you.
crucial to the show.
It was pretty crucial to the show. Brian's in a bad mood. It's like 400 degrees outside, and Brian is sitting inside of the trailer talking on the phone. I'm sorry, but if you're sitting inside a trailer on a 400-degree day, chances are you're so mad you're not even thinking about the heat. So I'm not going to tell him quite yet that I dropped his amplifier. So we waited till the morning after a
Yeah.
few beers the night before, and he was in a good mood. I was like, hey, Brian, man, I didn't want to tell you this last night. But and then he was like, and it was so funny. I was like, dude, obviously we didn't do it on purpose, but it fell and it hit the ground. He goes, well, that's cool. It's what it's for, man. It's to play. Does it still work?
Right.
Yeah, he says,
It's exactly how he said
he
it.
goes, well,
Right.
turn it on. Does it work? Yep. Okay.
Yeah. He was like, okay, cool. And we're like, oh, thank God.
So now it's a relicking job.
Yeah.
It's a relicking
I will
job.
relic your amp for you if you send it in, but I will not pay shipping back.
Right.
I will bash the crap out of your
Drag it behind the truck.
Yeah.
And back to the looking like a fool when you join your, sister's boyfriend's band. Don't drop an amp on the floor from 2 feet up in the air.
That's true.
Yeah, but no, on that, I guess what I was getting ready to say, if you feel you have to mod something and you feel you just have to personalize it, sometimes, let's face it, modding an amp is basically just so you can personalize it and feel better about your
Sure.
gear. There's a certain sense of accomplishment
Yeah.
when you mod something, even if it's just replacing the speaker.
Change the jewel. It's a purple
Yeah.
one.
Exactly. It's something customized, it's personalized, and
Yeah.
it just makes you feel better about your gear.
Yeah.
You know? That's why I think a lot of people do it, to be honest
Think
with you.
so?
Oh yeah, I bought a well, I didn't buy it, somebody gave it to me. It was a mod tone, like speed box or whatever, and I think it's like a DS1.
Okay.
And I did basically your mod on the tone control.
Mhm.
Forget what it is now because this is like 3 years ago.
Were the circuit boards exactly alike?
No,
Oh,
but
okay.
I could figure it out.
Oh, okay.
If you looked at the back of it, you'd be like, okay, I get it.
Gotcha.
So that, and I just played with it till I found out which one it was. You know what I mean? Just kept taking stuff out, and putting it back in. I'll bring. I should bring it in. It actually sounds pretty decent. What?
Anyway.
You're right.
Anyway,
I was thinking of different ways to take that, and I opted out.
no,
Sure.
what?
Yeah.
What?
So anyways,
it actually sounds pretty
So
good.
then,
Anyways.
then what happened?
I'm confused. But what happened was, it made me actually like this cheap pedal. And when I say cheap, I mean inexpensive. Well, no, I mean cheap. But, well, I mean, have you ever played them? It is.
Well, it's a
but it-
DS1, right? And the DS1's inexpensive as well. So
Right, but it's a Chinese-made DS1 that,
Yeah.
whatever.
So it's a Chinese replica of a Taiwanese
exactly.
DS1.
But
That's
I
great.
liked it because I had something to do with it. You
Right.
know what I mean? So,
People do that all the time. I mean, I see that with even like guys who will wind their first or second pickup because they
Yeah.
just get the wind. They're like, it sounds so good.
and you're like,
You know,
but
I'm like,
does it really?
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it does.
But to you, it
Maybe
does,
it's
and
just
that's
different
all that
enough
matters.
that you're like, I did this.
Exactly.
You know?
Like my custom amp. It probably sounds like crap, but I built it. So you know what? I think it sounds exactly like Eddie Van Halen.
I mean, there's, I'm not going to mention any names, but there was people that were modifying before that would just change capacitors and pedals to like the same value with a different type.
Right.
Which, I mean, this you
like
might
a better brand kind of thing.
Yeah, and you might hear some difference, but
Right.
it's not going to be like, oh my god, that's totally different.
Right.
It's going to be
Right. That's more like upgrading the speaker in your amp to the same kind of speaker,
right.
but a Celestion
brand.
instead of somebody's, attempt at replicating a Celestion
Sure.
in a budget grade amplifier. You
Right.
know, it's like
Right.
the tonal footprint is still the same, but maybe you're getting a clearer picture.
Hashtag tonal footprint. I like that.
So I mean, it's fun.
But
But yeah, I used to just pull parts out and put new parts in and see what happened.
Yeah.
That's fun.
well, and then I learned, and I have a drawer full of just parts. I mean, not like you do. I mean, you have.
Well, I used to
categorized-
have a drawer, then like I got to organize this.
Yeah. So I would literally just take stuff out and be like, what's this do? That's a cap, not even a resistor, but what's it do?
So?
Yeah, exactly, right? And then I found something that sounded good. And I did do something to an octafuzz that I have no idea what I did because I don't know the circuit, and it was a homemade pedal. But basically, it took away some of the octave but added more gain.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more of a killer sounding fuzz than an octave fuzz now. I love it. All I did was change like two things. So maybe I should bring it to you and be like, what'd I do?
Yeah.
what did I
Fuzz
do?
pedals are like that. There's a lot of fuzz pedals out there that are broken and still right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting you did the
65.
65. What's
Yeah,
having
the
a brain for
color face
sound,
color face and a color bender.
color bend. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
man.
those
See,
aren't meant to sound broken. Those are
Well,
meant
no,
to
I
sound.
know. I'm just
But
saying.
I
You
think
have
there's-
fuzz
yeah.
pedal knowledge.
Remember like Debbie Ever?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Debbie's stuff was, I mean, the design was
she
part
did
of
a
it.
ton of fuzz.
Part
right?
of it that it was like you doing things that you shouldn't do.
correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it achieved a sound
Right.
that you would only
And
get
what do they
by-
refer to that more as, like bending?
Yeah,
right?
more, it was kind
You
of a
know?
circuit
Would you
bending
say
Right.
type of
bending?
thing.
Circuit
You said
bending. Right,
But if I
because it's
remember right,
really
Debbie was like saying that as she was designing stuff, that she just did, and this is years and years ago. We're talking
Yeah.
like 2003, before it
Yeah.
was really Debbie Ever. I forget what the name was before that, but it was just breadboarding stuff and didn't really know what she was doing,
right.
and came up with sounds.
Yeah, right.
You forget if you're running sound into. Like we were talking Sputterfuzz a couple episodes
Yeah.
ago, where I put the transistor in backwards accidentally.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's a unique
Hello.
fuzzy sound.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So I
man.
mean,
Yeah. There's some people that just replace resistors with potentiometers and just start twisting around
Yeah.
until they get something that's cool,
Mhm.
and then they read those values, and
Right.
that's their new circuit.
I was
Yeah.
just reading on our lunch break about how to tame that noise in my amp, and somebody said that instead of using a 100 ohm resistor to go to the center tap, I could try using a potentiometer, which obviously is a variable resistor, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and then I could figure out kind of where it's at and measure that, and then
Mhm.
use that resistor so I'm not choking anything or
Yep.
something.
yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't realize that a pot is basically a variable resistor.
Can be.
I smoked a lot.
Can
of
be. It's
variable
actually two resistors.
Oh man! Did you hear him? He goes, "I've smoked a lot of variable resistors in my day."
Well, yeah, it's actually two resistors. There's three tabs. So as you turn it one way, you decrease one resistor and increase the other. If you turn it the other way, it does the opposite.
Okay.
But if you just use two tabs,
Yes.
then it's a variable resistor.
Okay. All right. So that makes total sense as to why I was. And I mean, it made sense when I was reading it, but I mean, it's like a lot of people don't realize that. But I never would have thought to do it that way. I just would have put a resistor in there. Like,
Right.
that didn't work. Take it out. Try this one. That worked.
Yeah, the potentiometer trick is
Yeah, it's probably like old standby. You guys know, but you know, it's just probably stuff that our listeners have never thought of.
Hashtag old guy knowledge.
old guy knowledge.
We're all old compared to you. You're still
Hashtag
listening to
truth.
Blink 182.
No.
That's young people music, isn't it?
No.
Yes.
Or Rihanna, whatever.
Yeah, Grande.
Yeah.
Ariana
She's
Grande.
hilarious.
Yeah.
She's pretty awesome.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, she can sing too, but she is pretty awesome. But this one, what's the best way to use headphones with a tube amp in order to practice quietly and get good tone? Is a cab sim or modeling software a better alternative? In my opinion, yes. But what do you think?
There's some amps that come with like an emulated speaker out, right? I think Black Star does. I mean, I'm sure tons
I
more
think
do.
my Class 5 does. The Marshall Class
It
5.
probably does. A lot of the newer amps probably do that, I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
then you have to worry about the quality of your earbud. If you're using earbuds over the ears, the drivers in them, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess you
Yeah.
have to worry about that too if you're using modeling software. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing to worry about if you're going to worry about anything is nobody's plugging the headphones into the speaker jack or the
Right.
tube amp.
Yeah, don't
Tube
yeah,
amp has
yeah,
to have
yeah.
a load on it.
uh,
So, figure that out, whatever that is. If
Yeah.
there's a headphone jack on your amp, then fine, that's one thing.
and here's
but
common
it-
knowledge.
Yeah, don't-
Sorry to interrupt. But anytime you have a tube amp, make sure a speaker is connected to the tube amp before you flip it on. Is it going to
Yeah.
blow it up the first time? Maybe. Probably not.
Right.
It could.
Right.
But yeah, that's a big time no. And make sure it's not just because the cable's plugged into the amp. Make sure it's into the speaker.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
true.
Because
Yeah.
you may look at the amp and be like, oh, okay, it's good. Nah.
Right.
Especially if you're in a music store trying out an amp, you never know who did what before you.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's the bulk of it. But you can come out of the effects send or something like that and tap off of that and listen to that. But yeah, that won't be cab simulated. So it's
Right.
going to sound all scratchy and bright. And
Right.
you're going to have to take it to a mixer and turn the treble down on the mixer or something like that. Just
Yeah.
to kind of get
Just to
kind of get through it.
some approximation of it.
Yeah, and so that's where like even an inexpensive sort of headphone amp or multi-effects processor thing, pod-ish type of thing, can be just better
Right.
for headphone
'Cause
practicing.
that's what it's designed
because it's
for.
supposed to be. Yeah.
But and I don't know if this video that I did is live or is going to be live, but I attempted to do a video of playing a pedal into a cab sim and versus playing direct into an interface.
Okay.
And man, it's
Yeah, it's live. It's live.
Oh, is it live? Okay. But anyway, I used a very, very inexpensive cab sim, and man, you could totally tell a difference. I mean,
Yeah.
it even came through on the YouTube video. So, but yeah, I mean, those I would try. Like he's saying, modeling software, so I assume he's going through his computer. Like you say,
You can get
Amplitude.
a free version of Amplitude.
Yeah, and it sounds great.
Just
You
fun.
can change everything about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I even fooled your ears. We've talked about that probably 5 or 10
Yeah,
times.
you sent me recordings. I'm like, what amp was that?
And
You're
I was
that
like,
was Amplitude.
Yeah, that
dude."
was Amplitude. It was their JCM 800. It sounded awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that kind of wraps up that. I can't really think of anything else. But I still want to get to the pickup stuff. You're here for another one, right?
Sure.
Okay.
You had a pickup question earlier.
Yeah, I know, but no offense to Frank, but I'm hoping that it's an in-depth answer that follows, and I don't want to get into that on this episode.
Sure.
So,
Next week's.
Yeah, next week's. I want to get that.
He means offense.
He does.
I do mean no.
Anytime someone says no offense,
yeah, or with all due
Come on.
respect.
Or with
Yeah.
all due respect.
it's
yeah.
coming.
Respect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that
Brace
a few
yourself.
episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by the way, this guy says you're a pedal god shaman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is true. But so if you
It's
guys
not
have
really
any
a question, but yeah.
yeah. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below or email podcast@wamplerpedals.com. You can also ask them via Facebook. Is that go ahead?
No, I was just going to say, if you're driving your car, you might go ahead and text Max.
Yeah, text them
Text
at
him.
317.
Yeah.
Is there a 5 in there somewhere?
Yeah. Don't pull over.
No.
Just keep driving.
Yeah,
Text
just
him.
got a
317.
niner?
That goes straight to Max.
Straight to me.
Yeah, straight to Max. But but anyways, check us out. Facebook.com/ Chasing Tone Podcast. Instagram, Chasing Tone Podcast. Wampler Pedals / blog for Max's blog. Wampler Pedals Tone Group on Facebook. Leave us a review on iTunes.
Definitely leave us a review. That helps.
Swipe
that
right
helps
on-
other people find us.
Swipe
Really?
right on Tinder.
What'd you say?
I said swipe right on Tinder. Is that a
Nah.
thing?
I don't
That's
know.
a thing? That's no, right? Which way is yes?
I have no idea. I've never used it.
Me neither. Me neither. Hey, I just know it's what all the kids are using.
Swipe
for
or no
fornicate.
swiping?
Swipe or no
But,
swiping?
Oh man!
For the
Max and
copper link
Brian, I'm Travis.
Elvis.